Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we have Verdant to review. This game plays 1 to 5 players by Flat Out Games and AEG, and this is kind of like the similar feel to Calico and Cascadia. They produce 2 games.
Yes.
We're going to do overview first and then review.
Indeed. So, as we say, it's got that feel of Calico and Cascadia and many other tile, card drafting and placement types of games. This is a double draft. So on your turn, essentially you've got 8 basic options out here. You take a token and you take one of the 2 cards adjacent to it. And that will either be a plant or a room. You would take what's there. You would then add it to what is going to end up being a 3 by 5 grid of cards, and they have to be in a checkerboard pattern, meaning that rooms have to be adjacent orthogonally only to plants and vice versa. Major way of getting points is completing plants. That is getting enough leaf tokens or verdancy tokens on them based on what's shown in the top right corner. If you can do that, it will give you points. One of the ways of doing that is by matching up the type of light that a plant wants with what's adjacent to it in a room. So here those matched, so we would give that a leaf. Then you can store up to one of these tokens from round to round, but usually you'll play this token. If it's a green token, it's going to let you put verdancy tokens out on the board. So this, for example, I could put 1 leaf on 3 different plants in my display. There's fertilizer, which would let you put 3 on 1 plant, something like that. At the moment, this would be probably wasted, so I'd probably hold that over to a subsequent turn.
You can have 1 tile that you hold over.
Yep. The alternative, if the token I've taken is a furniture or pet, then you can just place that onto a room. And if the colors match, so you get points by matching, rooms get points by being adjacent to matching colored plants, and rooms score more by having a matching colored furniture on it.
Or pet.
Or pet. But if it's different in color, doesn't matter, because you're still trying to get set collections of different furniture and pets as well. So there's lots of different ways of scoring in the game. Means for diversity, means for matching. Then to end your turn, whichever plant or whichever card you didn't take from that column gets a green thumb token, and we replenish both the token and the cards from the deck. As you gather these green thumbs, these will give you the ability to change things up. So you could spend 2 green thumbs to take a token and a card from a different column. You could spend it to replenish the cards or the tokens before you take your turn, or you can just spend it on a leaf. When you complete a plant, it basically doubles its points, because these are worth half a point until you fulfill it, in which case it's usually worth 1 or a little bit more. And there's also a race to finish these. Once you complete a plant, you get the highest valued pot that remains, and that will give you some extra points also. So you continue doing that until everyone's got 15 cards. You'll get points for your plants, points for your matches, points for having all the colours of rooms, all the colours of... So, as I say, a lot... Typical for this sort of thing, a range of sets that match and sets that don't match will give you points in different ways. That is Verdant.
What do you think?
It's fine. It's I don't think it adds anything particularly new to the genre of draft tile placement games, of which there have been some pretty good games in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's like almost like it's competing with their own other games, Cascadia and Calico. It kind of like feel in the middle of Calico, and like has got a bit of a Calico, has a little bit of Cascadia to it.
It's got an extra couple of fiddliness steps to it. Like even, I know this will sound pedantic, but like even something as small as Now instead of just replacing a token and card, I've also got to find a green thumb and put it on one of these. It's just this extra little bit of admin in something that could be a light, quickish sort of game. Every time I make a pair, I've got to look to see if I can place leaves. So I just had that extra little hurdle that some other games in this style didn't have.
It plays probably a little bit better in more than 2 players, in the fact that, I mean, you can always spend green thumbs to swipe the tiles, cards, but sometimes there are times I really want this one and it just does not come out. So in higher player counts, it feels like it comes up more, but then again, you know, of course, it's going to be stolen by other players and things like that. So this green thumbs is needed for that. This green thumbs is needed for swapping out. But sometimes that's the thing though. Who wants to spend the green thumbs to do it? Because sometimes it can get a bit stale.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah,
at 2 players.
okay.
It definitely... We were top decking a lot.
It's true. For 2 players. But
Yeah.
for higher player counts, it's less so. But then again, there's always this one. But then again, who wants to spend this? Because it's also potentially benefiting other players as
Indeed.
well afterwards. I'm kind of like almost the same. It is nothing that feels really new. The artwork is gorgeous. I personally love gardening. I love planting, mostly on the things that I can eat, vegetables, fruit. So these are a gorgeous, I believe this is by Beth Sobel.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just amazing cards. I do like the placement of the room and the plants bonus, so that you can, okay, you're trying to match things as well. But it's nothing groundbreaking. You just have to remember, so that's another admin, I guess, that you have to remember to match it, like to the left and right. You put something else here, for example. Let's get whatever, this one. So you have to remember matching it. So if, no, this is a better one. So this one here. Okay, yeah, this is good. So this match that, this match that. You put 2 plants in here. So just little things that you have, the extra things that you have to remember, and then filling this up, putting the green thumbs on it, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's essentially it. The game is fine.
The game is fine.
I've had more fun with other types of games like this. I will point out there's you can add further ways of scoring. These are goal cards. These are shared goals. So you would add one that relates to plants.
Yes.
You would add one that relates to rooms, and you would add one that relates to items. And then you could just some extra ways of scoring as you build up your grid.
Now, for me, this makes it a bit more interesting because it just gives a direction, something else that you want to achieve. I mean, yes, there's some hard and tough decision, but it's not too hard, I feel like.
Yeah.
And makes it a little bit tougher with these extra goals.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a little bit more interesting with these, but a little bit more interesting.
And there are a few more others as well, right? That you...
Yep, there's a fairly substantial deck of each of them actually.
Yeah, so there's a different type of, okay, yeah, that's it. That's basically the different types.
Things like leftover points for green thumbs, points for types of pots. These are largely around pots and furniture. Rooms with 2 or more plant match types, so you get better points for having... Sorry, you didn't match 2. I thought that was still in there, but ones that match and ones for light. So it gives you a little part of the game to focus on, tips the scales slightly.
And I think a bit more replayability as well. So I would recommend these cards over not playing with these extra gold cards.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Cool. And that's Verdant. Have you played Verdant? Have you played Calico and Cascadia? I think out of the 3, we love Cascadia the most. I mean, I love Cascadia the most. I think you the same?
Yes, out of those 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So let us know which one's your favorite. Write in the comment section. And if you find this video somewhat useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. Hit the bell so you get notification when we have new videos like this one, how to play, live playthrough on the weekend with giveaway, my short and sweet and so on. I am also on Instagram, so find me there as well. Not Tarrant. Tarrant's not on Instagram. No. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.